Hi, this is Lisa Sasevich. Welcome. I'm excited to share with you today and over our upcoming series how you can take your expertise and get out there in the world, touch many lives from the comfort of your own home or office with six-figure teleseminars. I developed the Invisible Close six-figure teleseminar secrets 2 years ago when I had my first breakout year. Literally, I went from doing 6 figures of business to over $2 million of sales in 10 months. And then, using the same strategies I'm about to teach you, I was able to double that in the following year. And I'll tell you, it's been so rewarding to touch so many lives all over the world and still be able to take my kids to school in the morning. So let's start. We're going to get into 5 secrets to 6-figure teleseminars. So what I want to do today is dig in to one of the biggest secrets to having your 6-figure teleseminar, and that is to be able to craft and deliver a preview call that gives great content and sells. And that's the challenge that most entrepreneurs have. How do I give so that people are so glad that they attended the call, they can get immediate results, but without giving away the store? Right? We need to be able to structure something in so that the right people step forward. The people who are really ready, the people who know it, step forward and take advantage of the amazing work that you have. So we're going to focus on our preview call. First, I should tell you what a preview call is. In the teleseminar world, a preview call is a free call that you do where people come and attend, again, complimentary, and they might come from your list, but if you're just starting out and you don't have a list, they can come from all different places. They might come from social media. They might come from other people who send them and refer them. We call those affiliates. They might come from PR. There are so many ways, and we will get into that on how to drive people to your preview call. But it starts with knowing what your preview call is, knowing how to craft it, and then we'll be reverse engineering on how to fill it and also how to obtain great sales after that. There's actually 5 P's to crafting a profitable preview call. And today, we're going to deal with the first one. Because this first one, many people think it's just a quick little piece of what they do, and I'm here to tell you it's everything. You've seen the movie Jerry Maguire. He says, "You had me at hello." Well, you need to do that on your preview call. And while it might only take 5 or 10 minutes of your entire 75 to 90-minute call, it really makes a difference on whether somebody's going to close their email, stop texting, and listen to you. So the first P in crafting your profitable preview call is positioning. So again, that first P, again, the one that people think, oh, I'll just touch on this briefly, is positioning. Now, under positioning, the first of the 5 Ps, there's actually 5 steps. I really want to make sure you're following me here. So there are 5 parts to positioning your preview call. I'm going to tell you what all of them are, and then we're going to run through them briefly. So the first one is positioning yourself. We'll get back to that. The second one is positioning your topic or the transformation that you uniquely provide. Third, you need to position your audience so that they know they're in the right place. And then you're going to position your talk. What is it that they're going to learn that day or for that hour? And finally, you need to position your offer. And this is where we're going to get into one of the key elements of the Invisible Close called seeding. So those are the 5 Ps. Now let's go through them one by one and make sure you can really nail this down. Again, this is the first step in 5 Ps that I'll go over with you during this series. So positioning, it has 5 parts. As I said, the first part is positioning you. So who are you? Why should they stay on the line? What credibility do you have? This is the place where you get to brag a little bit. This is the place where you talk about your results, you talk about any kind of media, you talk about possible great lines or testimonials, and if you're just starting out, you may even just talk about some of the amazing things that happen from your topic. So maybe you're a life coach or a health professional, but you've never been on CNN or in Women's Day. So what happens? You would go ahead and position how people use life coaching, or maybe how you've even used life coaching to have the kind of leaps or the kind of life that you're standing there representing. The second part to that is you need to also not just bring credibility to the party, but you need to show some vulnerability. You see, if you stand up there just with all these accolades, letters after your names, degrees, everyone will think, wow, that's great for you, but how am I going to do that? So when you're positioning, what you need to do when you're positioning yourself is bring both your credibility and your vulnerability so that people can not only respect what you've done, but connect with you. And that's the key. Now, I do want to say, when I say vulnerability, a lot of people think they have to be like tearing themselves down in some way. Or maybe they have to have been like living in a van down by the river, or, they couldn't get their last 20 bucks out of the ATM. And that has happened for some of us. And if it's the case, by all means, if you feel it would empower someone to be able to connect with you, use it. But I just want to be an example that, knock on wood, I haven't had a big hard luck story like that. And so I position myself really with what it was for me when I got out there, for example, to speak to sell. And I would look out there and 60 or 70% of the audience would register, and I'd love it. But I'd go back to my room and in the hotel in whatever town I was in, and I would literally cry about the 30% of the people that didn't take advantage of my offer because I knew they came to hear me for a reason. And that would help people connect to me, to see that I'm heart-centered and relate. So what is it, what you want to answer is, what is it that would help people connect better to you? Okay, we're still under positioning. We talked about positioning yourself. The second thing you have to position is your topic, or I also like to say the transformation that you uniquely provide. Now, this piece is very brief. It could be as little as a sentence, but what you want to do is you want to say something that really has people get the outcome or the transformation as a whole that they're going to get from participating with you today. So, for example, with six-figure teleseminar secrets, what we're here talking about, this is for people who want to make big, fast money doing what they love. That's it. Now let's go to the third step. So again, we're all under positioning. We've talked about positioning yourself, positioning your topic or your transformation. Guess what we have to position next? Your audience. So people need to know that they're in the right place. And the easiest way to do this is to start with, this is for you if. So if you can finish that sentence, in fact, you may want to do an exercise just out of watching that video, get out a piece of paper, do a brain dump. This is for you if. So for example, this today is for you if you're tired of being the best kept secret in your field. People are always telling you, you're so amazing, everyone should know about your work, but they don't. Right? You've tried all kinds of things on the internet, off the internet. You've spent all kinds of money, hasn't been getting you anywhere. Maybe you have a busy life. Maybe you have children. Maybe you're even working a job and doing your expertise. You're just kind of inching into this new world and you don't want to travel all over Kingdom Come. So you love the idea of teleseminars for getting your message out. Maybe you just know it's time for you to step into the spotlight and you need the path. You don't want to reinvent the wheel. You want the confidence that comes with being able to follow a model that's been proven over and over again, not just by me, but by the thousands of graduates we have. So that's an example. That's what it looks like for me. And you want to go ahead and for you and really answer that question. This is for you if, and I'll tell you a little story. I am a mom. My kids are 4 and 7. And recently we were having challenges. I felt like I was having to say the same thing twice. I'm sure a lot of you can relate. Kind of making excuses for my kids in restaurants. Oh, they're just tired. Oh, it's too late. Oh, they had snacks. And then I picked up a book. It was actually a book on audio. Let me think of the name. It was called Have a New Kid by Friday. And I listened to the audio, and this guy, if you want to hear a great example of positioning, he gets on and he says, so if you're having trouble with your kids in restaurants and you're finding that you're making excuses for everybody, like, oh, they're just tired and they need a nap, or if you find that you're saying the same thing over and doing empty threats but not following through, and he just kept going on. I'm not kidding. I was like this, oh my God, I need this. Yes, please. And that's how you want your audience to feel, like, yes, I need this. I need what you have. I'm staying on the phone. Please keep talking. That's positioning your audience. Number 4, you're going to position your talk. So you'll see as we get through this, and we'll be covering this in the next segment, that when you build the talk, there's going to be some main points that you hit. This is the part where you introduce those main points. So you're going to say, this is for you if, cover all that stuff to position your audience. And by the way, it's just maybe 3 or 4 bullets. And then you're going to get into, here's what we're going to cover today. And that's where you're going to go over, today you're going to learn, for example, how to do a rockin' preview call that sells while you give great content, the 5 P's to positioning yourself, your audience, all the positioning you need to do to be able to capture people right away. And then we're going to cover everything you need to do after the preview call to be able to literally double or triple sales, the part that most people are missing. So I just modeled it for you, and now what you want to do is make sure that once you've built out your preview call, you can just go through in the beginning and quickly hit the points so that people are excited and they know what's coming. And now for the fifth and final part of being able to position your preview call. And again, all this happens in just 5 or 10 minutes. I'm just kind of elaborating here because I want to make sure you really understand what we're doing. And that is position your offer. And this is really a signature move, you could say, for those people on my campus that are using the invisible close to sell without being salesy. And it's called seeding. You're going to position your offer by creating what I call partnership from the start. And this is very brief, very simple, and you can model what I'm about to say with your own words. But it sounds something like this. Look, guys, we've only got about 10 or 15 minutes together on this video, so I'm going to give you all I can. I promise before I finish, I'll show you how to get more. And that's what you want to say. You want to let people know at the beginning that you're going to deliver, you're going to talk fast, you're going to make this full of content, and at the end, they're still going to be wanting more, that you're a 20-year expert. Of course you're going to have more. So you're going to make a promise to your audience. You're going to promise them that you're going to deliver all you can, and then at the end, you'll show them how to get more. And what's great is when you get to the end, you're going to keep that promise. And nothing's going to really start to create a true sense of trust and confidence with your audience than making a promise and keeping it early on. So you make that promise. Hey, again, I'll model it for you. We're going to be together 75, 90 minutes here. I'm going to give you all I can. And for those of you that feel you want to take it further, don't worry. Before we finish up, I'll show you how to get more. So that is the first P in the 5 Ps to having a profitable preview call. Again, you're positioning yourself, your topic or transformation, your audience, your talk, and ultimately your offer. You're probably going to want to review this, and don't worry if you stay with the series that will be rolling out here. Just stay with us. Keep watching the email so you know when the next one is coming. We're going to wrap all this up with an awesome 90-minute training that I'm going to do with you on the phone. So whether you're there live or you end up listening to the playback, you want to stay with me for this whole thing, because just like I said in the seating, I only had, 8 to 10 minutes with you here, and I have a lot more to show you. So I want you to take what I've taught you today, and I want you to implement it. Do this first step. Get your positioning down. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come back together on the next video training, and we're going to get the other 4 Ps, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we'll pull this all together. We'll be following that with yet another training, again, showing you how to take that even further and enjoy all the sales that are possible from the work that you've done. So thanks for being here today. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. You're so... Way.